TRX, we start with 1 hour chart. Okay, first of all, we refer to our analysis in my last video. When the price was here, within this move, we mentioned we are looking for buy. But at that time, we highlight that we mentioned that we can expect to get the one more down move similar to what we have here. I point on this. And the question was whether we get here, that means this is the correction, or the price can move before we get. Okay, anyway, we are looking for this correction. That's why I mentioned any buy, we need to be aware about this, and this is what we get. And when we were looking at buy from here, the only way was to trade. Okay, because when we see the breakout of this one of the option was to trade from here. Okay, then we had this sharp move and reversal, and the second option was the best one to buy from here, because this one is not there was no opportunity to buy from here. This is not the flag. Okay, this one is a sharp move and flag. This is the best. Okay, anyway, because this one was internal with a one move with the internal flat for the next move. Okay, now whether the traders they manage to take the trade or not, they should know. At least right now even right now they are in profit. They should know. At least whether they want to keep the trade or not. Okay, because we were expecting to get this one, and now we get. Now the question is how deep this one can go. Okay, first of all, we start with the based on higher time frame. We want to see what we have there. Okay, based on daily chart, we have nothing. Just we are within this correction, and the question is whether how deep this one can go. Maybe move to lower time frame. Okay, first of all, when we get this sharp move, and we were expecting to get this correction we have here, and one more thing, if we compare this one based on MACD, we have a divergence, and based on this one, that's why even based on the explanation and the divergence, anyone both within this range, they should know that we're going to get the correction. That's why they should know how to manage the trade. And now the question is how deep this one can go. Whether this is the only correction and we can put in relative to this, or still we can expect one more drop. Okay, now we want to see how we can trade it. If I move to 1 hour chart, first of all, again, because this one we have on most of the charts. Okay, we need to know whether this is the only correction or the price can correct here a bit more relative to this for one move down. For sure, if the price drop one more, break this low, any buy from there, we can consider. It can give us a good trade setup, because even in terms of the length and time is similar to what we have here. Similar to what we have here. Okay, and now the question is whether we should buy from here or not. But before that, we talk about that, because we are putting this one in relative to this. Okay, how about this? Can we consider this one relative to this? Okay, we don't need to make it too complicated. The only things we want to put, this one I just put for additional information. Okay, why? If we get any buy setup at the breakout of the top, if this is not moving, we should know that this one can be turned to the bigger correction. Okay, anyway, we don't need to care about that. The only thing is we need to know whether we should buy from here, or still we can expect the price to correct for one more drop, and this is what we are more interested. Okay, we don't have any trade setup, and the only thing is whether we can consider this one as a sharp move with the flag or not the flag correction. If I move to 15 minutes, okay, right now if we want to buy within this, okay, we consider this is the only correction. I don't think having trade above this is a good idea. It's very risky. Maybe we can put in trade above this with the breakout. What we want the breakout and move to this top. Okay, now the question is whether the traders they want to put, because their stop loss will be this much, whether they want to trade this one or not. Okay, and one more thing, having entry above this can be option, but it's really risky. Easily price can tag and reverse. Okay, that's why I just leave it for the traders, so whether they want to have an entry above this or this, if they want to trade this method. And what we want again, we want the price break and continue. Okay, the best thing is if this one drop a bit more. If we see this type, then any buy, we can look for buy. Even if we get this, then having entry both this can be a good idea. But right now is not. Okay, it can be a way to trade, but it's really risky. All right. And how about if this one tag and start to continue? That means this correction will be turned to this. Then for sure we need to look for the down move. Even if this one continue to the top, we cannot buy it. Okay. Anyway, if you want to look for buy right now, as I mentioned, this is the only way we can look for trade. And this one, as I mentioned, in this one is turned to this correction, having entry above this is very good. And also, if this become bigger, deeper, maybe we can get the trade set up within this range. Rather than that, we don't have any other option. Okay. And if I move to lower 1 hour chart, okay, based on 1 hour chart, if as I mentioned, if this one drop one more, this is what we prefer. Okay, anyway, we don't have any proper trade setup. The only thing is we want to see whether we can get any trade from here or not. And if we get any trade, as long as the price comes to this top, we should know whether there is a continuation or not. Okay, as I explained based on this correction. Okay, but one more thing I need to highlight here. If this one drop and break this low, then we can confirm this one is in relative to this, and the internal correction is only this one. Okay, now by the way, we just follow the chart, and if I see any confirmation or for the trade or any update, then I will share. Thanks.